News story for you now, and it's this. The United Kingdom has agreed to a fluid border between Gibraltar and Spain. That will not require checks on people crossing. Now, the government said that could clear the way to finalise a post-Brexit deal with the European Union. And the President of the EU, the Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, she welcomed that deal. Well, I'm joined in the studio now by GB News' political correspondent Catherine Forster, and also the Shadow Secretary of State for Business and Trade, Andrew Griffith. Welcome to you both. Catherine Forster, if I could come to you first, that breaking news line there. What a day, almost to bury this news. David Lammy in Gibraltar. A lot of people were saying of the Chagos deal, what next? Is this a significant surrender of sovereignty? Is this getting closer to the European Union? What does this mean?
Well, the devil will be in the detail, but you mentioned the Chagos Islands. During PMQ's Kemi Badenoch mentioned that again, because we now hear that some of the money that we're paying to Mauritius is being used to pay down their national debt. We've got a pretty big national debt, and also to lift lots of Mauritians out of paying income tax. The Prime Minister's saying, well, China was against it, or, you know, the bad guys are against it. Well, China had congratulated Mauritius on this. Yeah. So I think that's got still some way to run. With this, well, let's see, this is a story that has just broken, but earlier on there was some confusion. It had been suggested that Gibraltar was going to be included in the Schengen area. But I was told by the Foreign Office a couple of hours ago that that is absolutely not going to happen and was never on the table. But yes, let's see what people in Britain and in Gibraltar, the people living in Gibraltar, I would suggest being the most important here, make of this deal. We only found out that David Lammy was in Gibraltar this morning, and you would think with all the spring statement noise that this might not get as much attention as it would on another day. A
cynic might say it's a good day to bury bad news, and we're hearing reports that Gibraltarians might have to show their passports when they land on their own island, treated as if they were from overseas, treated in their own land as if they were foreigners. I don't remember anybody thinking that would be on the table during the Brexit referendum.
The UK and Spain have been trying to reach a deal for years to ensure that people and goods could cross freely over the British overseas territory's land border with Spain. The EU and the UK on Wednesday struck a political agreement to ensure the continued circulation of people and goods between Spain and Gibraltar without any physical barriers. European Commissioner Maroš Šefčovič called it a truly historic milestone for the EU, including Spain, as well as for the UK and Gibraltar. He said it came after a successful meeting with Spanish Minister for Foreign Affairs José Manuel Albares, British Foreign Secretary David Lammy, and Chief Minister of Gibraltar Fabian Picardo. Lammy described the deal on X as a practical solution which safeguards sovereignty, jobs, and growth. We have ensured Gibraltar's interests, as part of the UK family, are at the heart of this agreement, he added. The UK and Spain have been trying to reach a deal for years to ensure that people and goods could cross freely over the British overseas territory's land border with Spain. But one of the remaining sticking points was how the territory's border would be controlled. All sides were eager to find a deal before the EU's new entry-exit system comes into force, which is now slated for October this year. Gibraltar, which is a British overseas territory, was ceded to the UK in 1713, but Spain has claimed the territory as its own. This agreement marks a before and after for stability, cooperation, and well-being, creating an area of shared prosperity between Gibraltar and Campo de Gibraltar, as has been our goal all this time, Albares, who spoke alongside Šefčovič from Brussels, told reporters. With this agreement, the fence, the last wall of continental Europe, will disappear and the free movement of people and goods is guaranteed, he added. The deal will preserve the Schengen area, the EU single market and customs union, but remove all physical barriers, checks and controls on persons and goods at the crossing points between Spain and Gibraltar. Checks will, however, be carried out at Gibraltar's port and airport. On goods, the parties agreed on the principles underpinning the future customs unions between the EU and Gibraltar, as well as an agreement on the principles of indirect taxation to be applied in Gibraltar, including on tobacco. The legal certainty, the legal clarity will clearly improve the business environment for the whole region, Šefčovič said. Spain and the UK also agreed a new cooperation framework for the exchange of information, a mandatory consultation mechanism, and the creation of a financial mechanism to promote economic and social development, employment, and cohesion between the two sides. The full legal text still needs to be finalized by negotiating teams and will then be submitted to the various internal procedures required by the various parties before being ratified. Šefčovič said he is absolutely convinced the deal will be ratified because the parties really went through every single aspect, every little detail. I believe we found the best possible response for every challenge put on the table over the last couple of years, he also said. Source: Euronews. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more.